afternoon, everyone. I thought I would do a quick video of the review of my car. I was looking back at my videos and I noticed I never actually did a review on the car itself. And I also thought I would go through my mod list. Start off with the dash here. So on the 2021 Corolla Hatchback SE, my dash is analog and digital, as you can see. So these gauges here are analog, and then it's kind of focusing out. And then that one there, why is it doing that? Is digital. As you can see, that the setup on the dash itself is pretty much the same as all Corollas, because why fix something and change it if it's not broken, you know? It works, so why change it? The XSE that I had before the SE had all digital gauges, and that's it, all digital, which honestly I like the analog more. I don't really care for digital, and I'm happy this one didn't come digital. Other than that, everything else is typically the same in all Corollas. Everything on the dash looks literally the same. Obviously, I have an aftermarket steering wheel, so that's going to be different. And then the white dash I also added to this car, so it normally comes black like the doors. Also, it comes with a longer shifter, so I got the short shifter installed here as well. Which, by the way, if you do think about getting a 6-speed Corolla hatchback, I highly recommend the short shifter, because it actually makes you feel like you're more in control of your vehicle, and it also pushes into gears a lot nicer, as you can see here. But yeah, and I would say the driving experience with this car is pretty nice. It's very easy manual to learn on. A lot of cars that are manual are a little bit more difficult, but I would say the Corolla 6-speed transmission is very easy to learn on. But yeah, like I said, the 6-speed transmission is very easy to learn on. The clutch is not heavy at all. This is definitely a car that you would want to get if you're first manual. But yeah, it's very easy. It even has hill assist. So if you're like on a hill and you're at a red light or on a stop sign, the car will hold for a few seconds before it starts rolling backwards. So it gives the individual time to start going before it rolls backwards. So it has that for you as well, and that's built in. That's not something you can get rid of. So if you ever do decide to go somewhere where there's a lot of hills or mountains or anything like that, this is a very good car to drive in. The cons, I would say, of this car, I would say it does make some noise. Like I said, it's a Corolla, so it's not made to impress, especially with the inside of the vehicle. A lot of the plastics, like the rattles, are supposed to be cheaply made. That's what makes them a Corolla. However, the engine lasts forever, and the mechanics of the car will last forever. You get really nice cars, even they will sometimes make rattling noises. The sound system's okay. It's just a normal sound system, nothing crazy. I mean, you can always update the sound system if you want. A lot of people do. I don't really care about it. I'm mainly focused on more performance-wise with this car than anything else. I wanted my car to be more, you know, track ready if I ever do decide to go on track. Or in this case, in October, go down the tail of the dragon. So I widened my stance. I'll be putting in new brake fluid. It won't make my brakes squishy going down the tail of the dragon. I wanted aero, so I got a lot of parts for that installed. The spoiler that comes with the hatchback, well, not all of them. Mine didn't come with it. I had to get it installed, which I believe was like $300 for the for the spoiler itself, I would have installed it on my own. I did it once before, but I did it wrong before, so I ended up having to pay someone else to do it, but it's whatever. If you feel confident enough to put your own spoiler in, go ahead. I also have a Duckbill Spoiler, Krotov Widebody Kit, which is nice too. That's also a mod that gives me arrow, I don't know how you say that. Don't make fun of me, guys. I swear, I think I'm saying it right. Also, I have a widened stance, so my back wheels are gonna be 18 by 10.5. The offset's 22. The fronts are gonna be 18 by 9.5. Same, the offset's 22. I went with a staggered look. Yeah, I know. Staggered just means I won't be able to rotate my tires, but it's fine. It's not a big deal. The tire size all around is the same. It's just stretched out more in the rears. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but whatever. That's just how I feel about it. I have the 2J Racing Intake version 2. It is very nice. I had the Takeda one before it. The Takeda one was also very nice. I would say between the two, I think the 2J is better. First of all, you can hear the induction noise from the 2J, which is really cool to hear while you're driving, especially in the 6-speed manual, because every time you are getting up to gear, you can hear it. It's pretty cool. 2J intake is a lot cleaner. It opens up that area more because it's just one pipe, and that's it. Just one pipe. It reaches out behind your grill, so you get all that air coming in. So it is a true cold air intake. Cut out my hood to add hood vents, so they're functional hood vents. I also installed a new radiator. So the radiator that comes with the vehicle is thin and it's plastic, if I remember correctly. It's been a few years since I installed this radiator, so I can't remember exactly, but I know it's plastic. And a lot of people complained at the time before I changed it out of how the radiator can get hit by rocks and stuff on the road, and then it'll cause it to leak and this and that. After I heard all this from other people who own this car, I decided to change out my radiator to a Koyorad radiator, which is aluminum and a lot thicker. So it holds a lot more coolant, and it keeps your car cooler longer, which is nice. Two of the hoses it came with fit my car. One of them did not. It was a little thinner than it needed to be, I believe. Yeah, it was a little thinner. So I had to go to my auto parts store close by and customize my own hose to get it to fit properly. And sure enough, it's been on my car for 2 years at least now, and I haven't had any issues with it. So there's that. That was fun though, because I had to install the radiator by getting all the coolant out of the car first, and then I found out the hose didn't fit, so I had to put my old radiator back in. So I went through 2 jugs of coolant. Not fun. I do have the Corolla Camry throttle body and spacer. So I have the Camry throttle body and I have the spacer. Do I feel a difference with it? I mean, honestly, if I didn't have it installed, there might have been a difference. I might have felt something, but I've had it on this car for years now, so I can't really tell you if there's a difference because I'm so used to it. But there might be a difference. I'm not sure. It's kind of nice to see it though when you open the hood because it's a different color than the rest of the engine. To widen my stance, I ended up putting 5mm spacers in the front. I know they're not much. I didn't want my front wheels to rub because that's, you know, front wheel drive car. And then my rear wheels have a inch spacer. Definitely widens out the back a lot more, which is what I wanted because going down Tail of the Dragon, I want to have a better turning radius. Well, my phone got too hot, so the camera turned off on it. So I had to go back and see where I left off. I did change out my header, mid-pipe, and exhaust. The header is 2J Racing, the mid-pipe is 2J Racing, and the exhaust is Tom Racing Quad Exhaust, that's what it's called. Feels like I have more torque as well. Now, horsepower-wise, this car isn't fast. Very good at opening up the torque. That I can definitely tell you. Now, that's only if you do mods. And I also have the AMT Stage 3 tune, I believe it is. I've had it on the car for a very long time. I would say probably about 3 years now. And I wanted to say, if you do decide to get this vehicle and mod it, I do recommend a tune. Now, AMT Stage 3 tune is pretty good. But if you just want something to open up your car more, but you don't want it to be too crazy or too expensive, I do recommend just getting the Stage 1 or maybe 2. But 3 definitely needs extra stuff. Now, I do have the 2J Racing intake, and that requires a tune. All 6-speed manual Corolla hatchbacks are made in Japan. Now, the CVTs, I believe, are not all manufactured in Japan, but don't quote me on that. I don't know 100%. I'm going to rate it 1 out of 10. For having it for 3 years, I would say it's probably a good 7. Yeah, the car is really cool looking. You can do a lot to it. There's a lot of modifications out there for it, but you can't do anything to the engine. Take it to track, or if you live up in the mountains where there's a lot of roads that have sharp turns and stuff like that, it's perfect for that kind of stuff. More for daily than it is for racing. The oil. So in the beginning, when I got this vehicle, I had 0W20. It was thicker oil than what I put in it recently. I've had 0W16 in my car for 3 months now. I think 3 months, something like that. I haven't had any issues with it. Now, I do monitor my oil temp levels. So let me show you guys that. So right now it's at 201, and I've been sitting here and driving for at least 20 minutes now. With the 0W20 oil, my oil temps got up to at least 218, 220, and then it would stop there normally. I know a few people that run 0W16 in their vehicles, one of which has ran it in their car for years now and hasn't had any issues. Someone's also told me they've done it for years and they haven't had any engine warning issues. That everyone kept saying that thinner oil will wear down the engine faster. But yeah, I do like seeing my oil temps not get above 210. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm going to eat here in a minute. And until next time, peace.